In many of my videos, I always talk about the different levels. And I believe that in order to get to the next level of your life, you have to defeat that level's nemesis. If you play video games or you played video games back in the day, you knew that in order to get to level two, you have to beat level one's boss and vice versa. It just goes on and on. I had a conversation yesterday with someone who I had respect for. So the person called me and there was three red flags. Person was talking to me and they were like, hey, I'm proud of you. You doing your thing, man. I see you done wrote a couple books, man. You making these little videos. You see what I said? Little videos. Anyway, let me get on to it. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, cool. I'm like, did you read it? What you think? Nah, I ain't get a chance to read it. Well, my money a little funny right now, this, that, and the other. So I'm like, cool. I'm like, did you share it though? Does everybody know? Nah. That's red flag number one. Then we go on to red flag number two. They're like, yeah, man, I was talking to such and such and such and such, and man, they doing big things, man. They out here doing blah, 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 blah. And I went over there to see them, and man, this, that, and the other. Red flag number two. See, you just call what I was doing little, but I know you watching. Now you telling me about what everybody else got going on. So that's red flag number two. Then red flag number three. Hey, you talked to so-and-so? Nah, I just been doing my own thing. I've been on my own little man, cause I was just trying to see if something happened. I'm like, what you mean? And they was talking so much junk about you, saying that, you think you this, you think you that. So I'm listening, and then I'm like, well, what did you say? Oh man, I was just like, nah, I don't think so, this, that, and other. And I said, well, let me stop you right there because I don't believe in a one-sided conversation. And why are they comfortable telling you about me? When me and you supposed to be cool, we have a relationship. So why would they be comfortable talking about me to you if they know that me and you? Well, I don't know, what I'm saying, this, that, and other. I'm like, so you checked them? I was just like, man, y'all need to talk. Red flag number three. See, I'm saying all of this because the old me, when I was on a couple of levels before, I would have picked that phone up right then, called that person and crashed out. But I don't even know if they really said that because back in the day, everything was emotional for me. I had a problem regulating my emotions, especially when it came to, things dancing on how I felt about myself. So I've been public with this. I went through a phase that I needed validation. I needed it, especially from the people that said that they love me, right? Like I needed that validation. So I would have crashed out right there because it would have been dancing on how I felt. But I'm past all of that. So in that moment, I had to look up and I was like, okay, God, I hear you. Because you are showing me that this no longer has a person face in my life, has a purpose in my life. So after I get off this phone conversation, there's no more. I ain't got to announce it. I ain't got to give you your pink slip. I'm just done. That's how I know that I had defeated that level's boss because I didn't let it allow me to go back. And that's why it kills me when people say, man, you almost made me go back to how I used to be. That shouldn't even be in your vocabulary because that level you should already be beyond. So in that moment, I had to say, you know what? I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me because I could have took that situation and messed up everything, crashed out, ran to social media, made a post about somebody, made a video about somebody. But this is what I was saying a couple of videos ago. See, the devil, I'm not even going to say the devil. You will get yourself off course trying to prove your worth to people that's bent on never seeing you. That's why I never understand why people go on social media. Oh my gosh, I've said this so many times and they say, this is for my haters. That's just the dumbest statement ever because if they hate you, then they gonna hate you. They're going to find a reason to hate you. Why are they even on your radar? But anyways, I digress. The moral of this motivational video for this Monday is you have to be your biggest fan. Before you put any product out there in the world, you got to be your biggest fan. Before you enter a relationship with any other human being, if you don't for sure know your worth, they will try to dictate it for you. If you don't know your worth, they will say, well, nah, I think you really worth this. And that's all they gonna give you. You got to walk into these situations just knowing whose you are. You are a child of God. You have to have that focus in yourself so nobody else can tell you your worth. I was reading something the other day and it was talking about somebody was trying to get a service. It was a comedian. Somebody wanted a comedian to come and the guy was talking, the promoter was talking. It was like, man, his price was crazy and this, that. The price is the price. If you don't have the money to pay this person, that's on you, and that's no beef. But I'm not gonna lower my price to facilitate you. Your price is your price. Your self-worth is your self-worth. When you don't know who you are, you roam this world trying to fit into situations, you know what I'm saying, that you like, okay, let me fit in up over here. I think I can fit in over here. Okay, let me go on up over here. And you just go through life aimlessly. You got to know who you are. We're humans. So right now, I would be lying if I said that I still don't have moments that I have in these situations. But what I do is 10 to 15 minutes, because anything over that, you just talking to yourself, you're just rehearsing, and then you just want to feel bad. But for 10 to 15 minutes, I allow myself to feel the 16 minutes. What am I going to do about it? What am I going to do about it? And see, for me, I'm always trying to find the lesson in everything. What about that conversation was going to get me upset? Because if I know who I am, if I believe in me, because this person said this, that, and other, that's just gonna mess up my whole day. Words have power, true, but you got all the power inside of you. You see the difference between, especially in sports, when they say, it's a mental thing. It truly is. Because when you look at the NBA, everybody has skills. It's what you're doing to maximize those skills. What type of mental capability do you have? I remember being in the military, we would see people come into the ship and we would know who gonna make it or not. We gonna know who's gonna get with this crowd or whatever, because you can just see it. You see it. And you like, oh, this person ain't gonna, man, this person ain't gonna, because you walk a certain way. You try to be, talk a certain way because you see these people over here talking like that. So now you're trying to do up over there. God doesn't make mistakes. That's what we say. And it's funny how we say that when everything is going right. When something's going good for you, be like, see, God don't play about me. He don't make no mistakes. But when something's going wrong, all of a sudden God forgot about you. A lot of times you are where you are for decisions that you made. But God can take those bad decisions and draw something out of it. You got yourself in there. Don't be blaming the devil. You got yourself in that situation, but God can take that situation and make a better you out of it if you're willing to listen. But it's hard to listen for a lot of people, and I'm going to get out your space because I know it's a holiday. But here's the thing. When you're around someone who has been hurt, relationship after relationship or whatever, all of a sudden, it's all men. All of a sudden, it's all women are dogs. All women are money hungry. All men are dogs. All men this, that, and the other. You didn't have 3 situations, but now you have just said, all everybody. But when you sit and you really focus on the problem, it might be you. Because what God wants sometimes is this season of loneliness. So when you get to the end of that level and you got to defeat that level's boss, you're better equipped. So you have to go through a season of loneliness to find out the true problem. But people don't want to do that because you on social media seeing everybody coupled up and this, that, and other. And I've said this so many times. People will always show you the highlight reels. But you don't know what's really going on. So anyways, y'all have a blessed Memorial Day. And let me say this. The same way you take your car to get service, to get maintenance, you need to do that on your life. You need to wake up, look in the mirror, and just really take a maintenance check, a wellness check. Are you accomplishing what you set out to do? Or are you on that path to do it? Or are all those dreams, goals, and aspirations are put off to the next year? Give yourself a wellness check, a maintenance check. Y'all have a blessed day.